you doing today?
I am fantastic. How are you, Kristen, today?
Awesome. Beautiful Monday in Texas, and the sun's shining. So how can you not enjoy it?
Yeah, same in North Carolina. April is by far my favorite month here. So I'm not sure. Is it the same for you in Texas or?
Yeah. So I will tell you, February through May is like the beautiful time in Texas, and it's why we live here.
Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Soak it up. Soak it up.
Soak it up, girlfriend. So today we're going to talk about command, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the technical definition. It's people who are especially talented in the command theme have presence. They can take control of a situation and make decisions. And it's number 8 for me.
Right. Yeah. And 18 for me. So, and a visual that I like to offer up is much like a general, takes control. It's not always the most popular decision to be made, and it has to be made. So.
Yes, absolutely. So let's see. I will tell you how command shows up for me at work. I call it positive confrontation. So for me, in business, as we all know, sometimes you've got to make tough decisions, and they're not always the most popular decisions, but they need to be done. And what I've always found is people high in command are okay bringing up the big elephant in the room and just saying, guys, nobody wants to make this decision, but it's got to happen. And here's laying out the facts for everybody. And, giving people, I think, that head nod and okay, that sometimes it's okay to say a baby's ugly, something's not working right and needs to be fixed, and not make it feel like you're throwing somebody under the bus. It's just facts.
Right. Right. Yeah. And actually, you're reminding me, I have it right here, this piece right here, the Beyond Entrepreneurship, and Jim Collins, he offers up, it's chapter 3, right off the set there, that a sign of a great team is actually that your personal, what you want personally isn't what's most important. It's what the team needs is what is most important, and that everybody's on board with that. So I love that how you tie in that tangible example of like, yeah, it may not be what you wanted, and everybody is on board with we move forward together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And for me, honestly, this reflected, it's 18 for me, so it's somewhat exhausting when I do call upon it. And it was a very powerful reflection. I forgot about these moments in my days of almost 20 years public ed, which is kind of surprising to me that I kind of forgot about almost 20 years of my life, but especially as a dean of students in Chicago Public Schools. And there were many moments when command that you have to call upon, as I called upon a good deal in the spirit of safety, just to make sure that everybody gets back under control with emotions and whatever else. And that could be a long line that students are waiting to get into school, and they're tired and groggy, and you just got to step in and say, I hear you. No. This is how
right.
We move forward.
Yeah. It's take command. And I will tell you, one of the ways in business that my command sometimes got me in a little, I'll say a little bit of trouble, but something I had to watch for is when I would be working with my team and I knew something needed to get done, I would speak with command. I'd have that just do this, do that, move, change, and get that done. And I had to give them the okay to say, Kristen, stop. I know something more than you do. Do you want to change your mind? Because when they didn't know me, or if I was new to the team, they'd just be like, man, she knows what she's talking about. And they'd run off. And later I would find out that they're like, well, I knew that was happening. And I was like, no. You've always got the right or the, ability to say, Kristen, slow down.
Right.
So I always, I'm very conscious of that because I know I speak with command.
Right.
Yeah.
It speaks to that importance of building the relationship piggy bank, right? Keep putting those deposits in so that when those withdrawals have to occur on both sides, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you bring up a really good point. For me, it was building up those relationship piggy banks in the beginning, but also when they would stop me and say, well, slow your roll, here's something else, for me to acknowledge that and say, oh my gosh, thank you for slowing me down. Yes, let's move in that direction. So it was really kind of stroking their egos on the back end to say, it's okay. It's okay to have these really concise, clear communications, and just to go back and forth really quickly and, get off with your day. So,
and see, what I just heard you say is, I see your value. Like, I say, yes, we are a team. I'm saying this thing, and we're in this together, no matter the title of hierarchy and whatever else as we move forward together. So I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So now let's talk about what we can ask more of in work if we're high in command. Right. What would you ask for?
I think it's because my mom was OSHA. She worked for OSHA for so long, and then she was safety her whole career. So that also just fed into my development as a human being. So I always have that safety lens. And I was thinking, if you are not yet, you've got high command, if you're not yet a lead on those safety teams, when, those safety response plans, when stuff really is happening in the here and now, you're the one with the walkie-talkie as a lead to make sure that everybody navigates that situation as and quickly as possible.
Yeah. So volunteer for those positions.
Right.
And, command is part of the influencing domain. So I would always say volunteering for leadership positions, just because, when things are going wrong, you are, can get everybody back in order pretty quickly. And actually when things are going right, you can continue to keep people moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I love our time together. And if you will, I would love to continue with the Texas theme just for a second, because it came in that I feel like what we offer on this weekly basis, not only a really awesome conversation with each other, but how we share it with the world, how it really models Dr. Brene Brown's daring leadership versus the armored leadership. And that when we know our strengths and when we really move through the world, and then both professionally and personally, that is modeling daring leadership, because we've got that confidence where we can undo the armor and say, we're in this together. So I just love how it all tied. That was an epiphany I had about a weekend. I'm like, this is awesome. So
yes, and it's always good to hear Brene talk. She's got some really cool stuff.
Yes. If you're listening, Dr. Brene, thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you. And the whole time.
All right. Thanks, Kara.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.